Okay, as we enter a whole new day in trade, let's take a look at the global handover, how the US markets closed yesterday and how Asia is doing this morning. Now, Tuesday's market action in the United States was divergent. We had the Dow falling once again more than 200 points, so that's 2 days in a row. The S&P 500 slipped 0.3%, and the Nasdaq was the only major headliner that bucked the trend to be up 0.6%. Now, there was a clear divergence between stocks, where stay-home stocks like Amazon and Zoom did well, while those dependent on the economy reopening declined. Futures this morning were also trending slightly divergent. Dow futures traded 118 points lower, or 0.4%. S&P 500 futures slid 0.5%. And despite the Nasdaq's up move in the live trading session, the futures currently dipped 0.4%. So we now know that there's probably not going to be any more stimulus up until the US election is concluded. Also, surging coronavirus cases in the United States is capping gains for sure, and also, of course, the all-important election outcome. Now, Asia this morning is trading a bit mixed. The Nikkei has shed 0.5% at open. The Topix has also declined 0.75% at open. When we go over to Korea, the Kospi is trading currently 0.40% lower. And in Australia as well, the S&P ASX 200 has dipped fractionally. So Asia definitely feeling the pressure this morning. Now, Europe yesterday closed 0.8% lower. That's the Stoxx 600 I'm talking about. Oil and gas stocks shed more than 2%. And tech shares continue to decline after the 7.4% plunge on Monday. Two commodities we always do a check on, oil and gold. Brent crude gained 58 cents to settle at $41.03 per barrel. WTI gained $1.01 to settle at $39.57 per barrel. Let's remember that both these contracts fell more than 3% on Monday. There's currently, due to some disruption in the Gulf, a curtailment or shortage of supply, which is why your prices are actually being aided upwards, despite the fact that demand outlook has considerably worsened. Now, another commodity that we need to check on, which seems to be a little more buoyant lately, is gold. Spot gold was up 0.4% at $1,909 per ounce. US gold futures settled up 0.3% to $1,911 per ounce. So at least that's a sharp recovery from what we saw earlier on in the year, where we saw earlier on in the month, where we saw a decline lower than $1,900. We're now well above that, but still nowhere close to the recent highs that we've seen. So let's see how these precious metals respond. There's a lot of things hanging in the balance. Once we get a clear idea of where equities are headed and also a clear idea of how much stimulus is coming, you might see some activity in precious metals as well.